Hey ambitious professionals, it's Linda Rayner of lindarainer.com, career strategist. I help driven professionals like you to enhance your personal brand so that you can pursue a career you'll truly enjoy. And in this video, I want to share with you 5 tips that I have to help you to be more confident in your upcoming interviews. And one of the most common things I hear from my clients is when they go into an interview room, they feel extremely nervous, they're super intimidated, you feel as though there's multiple sets of eyes on you, even if it's just one person. And when questions are asked of you, because you're nervous, you either start rambling or you completely draw blank, your mind shuts down, and you just don't know what to say. So here are 5 things that you should keep in mind before going into an interview in order to maximize your confidence. So let's talk about the first one, and that is to remember your value. I've talked about this concept in many other videos, and that's because knowing your value is all part of having a strong personal brand. So ask yourself and remind yourself, why did they invite me to this interview in the first place? It's because I have the right technical expertise and the experience or the potential to be able to help this organization in this particular position. When you can remember your value, it really helps you to boost your confidence. And if that doesn't help, then ask yourself even other further questions, such as, what have I contributed to other organizations in the past? Or what have I done to improve a situation in the past that I can contribute and repeat in this new opportunity? Think of all the positive things that you've done, and that helps you to build a concept around your self-worth and your value for what you can do for them in this particular interview setting. All right, so let's move on to number 2, and that is use the power of persuasion. To be a truly ideal candidate for a new job opportunity, or to get a promotion, or to get a salary bump, in the corporate world, you need to, first of all, know what it is that you want, but more importantly, know how to convince and persuade others to help you get it. Now, this has nothing to do with being manipulative or sleazy and slimy or bribing people to get you what you want. It's about the power of persuasion and influence and being able to influence the person across the table from you that you are exactly what it is they need to hire. And the basic building blocks of persuasion are context and timing. You would never approach that same hiring manager out in the middle of the grocery store and ask them to hire you on the spot. You wouldn't try to convince them in that situation because it's the wrong context and the wrong timing. In the context of an interview, hiring managers are wanting you to persuade them. They're very persuadable. So I would say it's the perfect environment for you to be able to influence and show off your ability to convince them that you're the right fit for them. So overall, don't forget to persuade them. And to effectively persuade them, that leads me to my next point, which is to frame every answer appropriately. When answering interview questions, you don't want to dive into the meat of the answer right away. Instead, you want to take a step back and set it up, frame it. It's almost as though you're developing the skeleton before you add on the meat. And this is particularly applicable for behavioral questions, where the interviewer is expecting you to tell them an entire story about a situation or conflict that you had to overcome and how you handled it. If you don't deliver the story the right way by framing it and setting it up properly from the beginning, then your point isn't going to come across the way that you'd want, and it won't come across as very convincing. So for example, when the interviewer asks a question like, tell me about a difficult situation and how you handled it, a lot of people get very superficial, they kind of brush over the facts, and they just jump right into, this is how I resolved it. What that does is that it lacks the feelings and the emotions and the details that you could have provided to the interviewer to really engage them. They don't feel compelled and convinced that the situation really was all that big of a deal when you really just kind of brush through it and get to the end. So instead, when they're asking you, tell me about a difficult situation and how you handled it, describe the difficult situation itself. Really get into the details, paint the picture, talk about the emotions that you experienced, the thought process that was going on in your mind. And then once you've painted that and set it up well, whatever process that you went through to resolve that situation is going to look amazing, because you really did a good job at engaging and pulling in the interviewer into your world, into your story. And number 4 is to always have extra stories in your back pocket. The worst situation is going into an interview unprepared and not having predicted the questions and answers to what you would be asked. So it's important to have multiple examples and stories and accomplishments that you can leverage and pull out of your back pocket anytime that there is a new question being asked of you. So you don't want to use the same simple story because you're not going to get very far in the interview process. So I would say maybe bucket your answers according to the category. So it could be you have a story and example for your technical expertise, you have another one that demonstrates your leadership, and you have another one that demonstrates your strong communication skills. Well, however way you want to organize them, make sure that you have at least 3 or 4 examples or stories that you can simply pull out of your back pocket whenever a new question is asked of you. And finally, visualize and energize. Visualizing means that for the days and nights leading up to the actual date of the interview, you want to take some time out of your day, even just for 5 minutes, close your eyes and visualize your interview going well. See yourself getting along with the interviewer, being able to seamlessly answer their interview questions, and developing a really strong rapport with them. You see them nodding, you see them wanting to get to know you even more, really being engaged, and you see yourself going even over the interview time, which is always a good sign, then that was allotted for you. Athletes do this all the time before a big game. They do this so that they can see themselves winning, and it creates this sense of belief that it's going to happen. And what that does is it creates this energy and momentum for you that you are going to do well. So when you have that spirit and energy and momentum going for you, really, there should be nothing holding you back. Sometimes it's as straightforward as just giving direct eye contact, leaning in when they lean in, mimicking their body language, and just giving that sense that you're genuinely actively listening to what they have to say, and that you're really engaged in the conversation and you truly just want to get to know them. So there you have it, my 5 tips on how you can be more confident in your interviews. Now, if you're in a situation where you're an experienced corporate professional and you want to find your purpose and enhance your personal brand and be more confident in your career overall, then feel free to reach out to me. Head on over to lindarainer.com and click under Work With Me. You'll see the words Personal Brand Renewal, Stand Out and Get Hired. Then fill out the application form. And from there, if I think that we're a match, I will reach out to you to contact you directly. So if you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share it with your friends, and let them know that this channel is all about helping driven professionals like you to enhance your personal brand so that you can go after a career you'll truly enjoy. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.